Peace to y'all, it's the Ringside Club Pub. A.O., Blame Boogie, Chad Law. The power's back, triple power bomb. The big dog trio in the stream yard. Go outside, hit the venue guard. It's all love when you see us, Lord. Back to the pad, on air for the pod. Ringside Club, intro to the squad. Let the show start.
Yes, indeed. Ringside Club, it is. Peace to you and yours. Cheers to you and yours. How we do, man? Thursday Night Live shall be a nice, lively conversation about all things going on in the world of wrestling. I think you're on mute, brother.
Yo.
My good sirs, we are back. We are back. What up, though?
Gents?
Feeling good, feeling good.
How you guys doing, man?
Can't complain.
Good, man. Good to see your face, brother.
Likewise, man.
Live and direct, man.
Yes, sir. The beard looking good, clean. I like
I was about
it.
to say, like, that's coming in mighty healthy. I like what I see here, man.
I'm just trying to, just trying to keep up with everybody else, That's it.
Last week I said my boy looked Dominican. He's really growing into it right now. True baby face. True baby face, right?
Yeah,
My man Enrique Baker.
Yo, shout out to all my Enriquez out there. I know quite a few. All good humans. So yeah, man. We here.
Look
2
at this,
weeks
2
in
weeks
a row. Thursday Night Live. Before we get into any real conversation, just want to say thank y'all to whoever may be tuning in. We're live right now on Twitter and YouTube. Of course, you can catch the on-demand podcast that is on all audio platforms. I did not upload last week's. Come to think of it, I meant to do it. The browser is definitely still open to do it, so I'll upload that along with this episode. And then, of course, you can catch us. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all of the above. Chatting it up. Me myself, I go by A.O. Baker, the Ringside General, the signature mover. Chad, what's good?
What up, though? It's the kid Chad Law, CHADLAW, Young Godiva himself, representing the RSC and the GG Godiva gang. I'm feeling great, blessed, black, well melanated, you know what I'm saying? I can't complain, man. Not complain, staying out of harm's way as best I can.
Matters. Birthday, what up?
It's good, guys. Yeah, regular business for me, which is just music and grabs to music and music and grabs back and forth, And we got plenty to complain about, so that's why we're here, right? Or not really.
We ain't complaining. We ain't complaining. We be giving
not
some
complaining.
praise. We ain't
That's
complaining.
a fact.
We ain't about to beat them other pods tonight, man. I don't feel like being on the big. I done seen the clips. Let them scream, man. I'm trying to enjoy my voice and my vocals. I got videos to record. I can't even sit here and.
I will say everything's been good, man.
Yeah, man. We enjoying it tonight, man. It's a good Thursday night. It's the RSC, the Almighty. We on Twitter, X, all that. You know what I mean? YouTube. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Big ups to my guy Nola. You know what I'm saying? Black Guy Wrestling. Shout to y'all, man.
BG Dub. Shouts to the BG Dub, man. They got a lot going on over there. Like 3 or 4 shows. Or just came back, new seasons. Locker room lead is up. They got the football joint that's about to. There's a lot going on over there. Got a new co-host, homie Descent. So that's what's up. Shouts to my boy Heartbreak Julio, co-host of the Almanac Show, created the Almanac Show. They just hit 100. What did they hit? I think 200 episodes, a few episodes back, and then they just finally, after very many years, just started doing the video pods for the first time this past week.
Be like that, man.
So they're back. There's a lot going on over there in BGW land. Plus, shouts to my folks over at Black Wrestling. They got their 10-year anniversary. They just started putting out a couple of little flyers and things to come first quarter next year. So, shouts to Nath and Cal and Mimi and everybody over there, Ill Fam. So a lot of the homies are doing some cool things. So love to them. Love to the community, man. What I've been, before we even get into talking about wrestling, what I've kind of enjoyed a bit about this little going on the 4-month little run journey that I've been on, running distance, running 5Ks, 10Ks, all that kind of. Got a half marathon coming up in November. It's really the community of it. You know what I mean? Going run club every Wednesday, bigger run. You start bumping into some of the same people. You start connecting with people and all that. And similar to what we've been able to do. We got 4 years in as the Ringside Club, and even longer in the space. But kind of similar to what we've been able to do in this here wrestling pod world, where numbers are going to be what they are. I ain't really chasing nothing, but there's a lot of good humans that we've been able to come in contact with, and they all doing good work. And if you get a chance to talk about something that we all have in common, have some camaraderie, share some laughter, get away from actual life for a couple of hours and all that. And that's what we're here to do. So if you're tuning in to us tonight, consider us your escape from whatever you got going on, so we can talk about this ridiculous ass world. So that being said,
I was gonna say community is winning right now.
Talking about, I'm sure.
Community's winning right now.
Yeah.
Community is winning. You're part of a wrestling community. You know what I mean? A run club, like community is killing it right now, and that's the best way to go about it. So, salute to the run club journey, man. You know what I'm saying, I see a lot of people joining run clubs. And see so much different memes going around online. It's rather interesting. There's a lot of folklore.
Funny, I don't know how, because I came into this like completely blind. I didn't know that it was trending up and then run clubs popping and all that. Yeah. And it's just like anything else. Like, how you buy a car and you really wasn't paying attention to the car until you bought it. Now you see everybody driving it.
Yep, exactly.
I ain't know nothing about this world at all. I came into this on a whim. All of a sudden, I'm like, yo, there's a whole lot of conversation about, about run club, this, that, and the third. It's funny. It's no different than podcasts. That's why everybody has a podcast now, right?
So what are your shoes? What are the running shoes?
I'm in Vomero 18s, Nike Vomero 18s.
Okay. Very nice, very nice.
They say you can always tell people are going through something by who joins a run club.
That's the funniest thing. It's like, yo, I wasn't going through a damn thing. That's the funniest part. I came into this, bro. I've been back and forth to Philly like my whole the time. So a few years ago, my wife and I, we just took a little weekend trip. We go to Philly. I ran up the Rocky Steps. So I posted it, and then I started getting a bunch of ads about this Rocky run that happens. It's a half marathon that happens every November. So it's literally just the algorithm and some cookies. But fast forward, I'm 39. My 40th birthday is coming February. So my wife is like, is there anything that you want to do the last year of your 30s? Do you want to do something big? I'm like, yo, maybe I'll do the Rocky run. That's how I got in. I know nothing about nothing. And then just, kind of being, in Queens, Global Running Day, there was mad run clubs that were doing something over at Flushing Meadows. That's it.
You're 39 now?
You mad people that's like, yo, I gotta run
amazing, bro.
I lost 10 pounds, you know what I mean? Not that I'm bragging.
Yeah. I was gonna say you definitely look different, bro. You look like healthy. You look, the facial, the mood, everything. Like, so yeah. And you just said bro. You look like you're 29, bro.
Shit, appreciate you. I just ran
you fountain of youth.
Yeah. I just ran the Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge today.
Wait.
He's running his age backwards, bro. Maybe we gotta
Benjamin Button, man.
You know what I actually thought you were gonna say was that you were gonna say you ran to Philly, and I was gonna be like, yo, you are dedicated to this.
That's somebody that's going through something.
I really
that's somebody
thought you was about to start with, so back and forth to Philly, like, I was like, I thought you was about to pivot, like, just.
Nah, that's where we just cut the pod short. We just talk off air, like, yo, son, you good? Like,
Yo, my boy ran from Queens.
Nah.
It's the longest walk.
Yeah.
That's that movie that they just dropped.
Yo, you can start now. You ain't getting there till next month, bro.
Probably not. Not till Philly sticks to playoffs.
Oh.
You start now, you might make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. You might catch LeBron's 15th season by the time you get
Well, since we in fantasy land, I'm gonna start with a couple of fantasy land news bits real quick.
Go.
I saw a graphic come up that caught my attention. It's the AEW 2027 contracts expiring. I don't know if any of y'all gentlemen caught that.
I'm blind to everything. I ain't seen nothing today.
So that just dropped like an official list. Like, you know, everyone seems to know when the exact dates or whatever. But barring injury and time added, you've got the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, John Moxley, Hangman Page, Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné, FTR, Kota Ibushi, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, Deonna Purrazzo, Queen Aminata, and Okada. Basically everyone in AEW that matters.
Yeah,
Good.
that's what it sounds like.
So next year for AEW should be a whole bunch of rumblings when it comes to that in regards to. But I just caught the graphic and I just wanted to just get y'all take. Do y'all see everyone staying and anyone going?
Off top, only people I feel like are guaranteed that are staying are Bucks and Omega. Just because they're so tied to the DNA of the company. I don't know if they do or do not hold positions anymore or what their off-air life is like as far as AEW is concerned. But I feel like, you know, because they were part of the group that essentially started the company, I don't think now Cody was as well, but I think Cody has always kind of been his own, like he's always been like an outlier as far as I'm concerned. Everybody else, man, like I guess, you know, sometimes like if you want something fresh or you want a new challenge, I guess, you know, that might be a move. You want to be able to do certain events or run certain feuds. Maybe you feel like you've done everything. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay.
As far as like that list, the only 3 people I see that are definitely not going are the 2 Young Bucks and Mox. I think everybody else it's at least worth the conversation.
You think Okada would be worth the conversation? You think Okada would give up AEW? Because I'm kind of just looking at it when I bring this conversation up from the aspect that we don't see it so often in the AEW side of things. It's always usually WWE.
It depends. Like from as far like talking about Okada,
because I'm curious why you'd say that. Because I figured you would have bumped Okada into the elite group. Like I figured that whole top half of Bucks, Hangman, Moxley, Ospreay, Okada, and Mercedes will stay. The lower half that I could follow up with will probably go.
As far as likelihood, I think you're right. I'm just saying 100% guarantee I don't see the Bucks going anywhere ever. I think they retire with AEW. I think it could be 99% that Okada stays, but there's always that chance that he just wants to do something different. There's always that, like, he's not old, you know what I mean? He's still pretty young. So he might let his contract run and then say, yo, I wonder what it's like if I go over there to WWE for a contract for 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Same thing with like everybody on that list. Like Mercedes, I don't think Mercedes and Mox are ever going back, but I'm not going to rule out the possibility just because they have stories that could, tie up pretty nice. Or that could just be a run that they do and then they come back or do something else after that. You know what I mean? Like I don't see, especially lately after the SummerSlam Reigns and Rollins program and more Shield lore and all of that. A lot of conversation about what if Mox comes back and they do this, that, and the third. I don't ever see that coming. Ever
That's
see
done.
him going back.
It's not
Do
happening.
what? It's a completely different. Yeah, like he has figured out that this is the best, not only the best version of him or his character, but the freedom that he has to go and do different things outside of the company, to then come back and put them jeans back on and be Dean Ambrose with a wacky line. You know what I mean? Like, he's not doing that. Same thing with Mercedes. The freedom, you could tell she's having a ball. So, but it's 99-1 with me, with everybody else.
Queen Aminata.
That was one name that kind of stuck out to me a little bit. when you said it. When you started
Run,
reading off the
run that list down
names.
one more time.
Yeah.
Young Bucks, Hangman, Moxley, Omega, Osprey, Okada, Mercedes. It's the top half.
Yeah, and I don't see it's either 100 or 99, depending on who we're talking about. Now, after them, who we got?
Aminata, Deonna Purrazzo, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Kota Ibushi, FTR.
Very few of them also. Like Joe ain't going anywhere. Cole is essentially retired. He's not going
That's what I was
anywhere.
saying.
Yeah, any of the
Yeah.
guys like Undisputed Era, any of those guys, they're not. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they'd bounce back and forth between AEW and ROH if anything, but they're not going to WWE. Who's
Yeah.
at the top of that? Aminata, she's young enough that she might, if there's interest in her, that could be a thing. But then you get, be getting the repackaging talk, and I have no faith in that
Yeah.
system at all.
I think
And this
everybody
is
on that list is
exclusive.
gonna stay, bro. Honestly, they're either gonna
That's what I was kind of
retire,
thinking.
they're retiring, or they're staying because I feel like in AEW, unlike WWE, I feel like AEW they pay their talent, they take care of the talent. They might not necessarily be active for a really long time, but they're still getting signed. I feel so. I feel like everybody on that list is they feel like Bake was saying, like unless they're going to WWE, which doesn't sound like anybody is, and probably most of it is everybody staying, right?
I think so. And then there's also like there's more freedom, excuse me, to do things outside of the company. If you have demand, for example, on the indies, or not even just running every indie, but some of the partners, let's not lose sight. There's this streaming platform that AEW launched not too long ago called My AEW. And they collab with a bunch of other federations like CMLL, like Maple Leaf Pro, so there's a bunch of federations that are on there. That means they got relationships. If some of the other wrestlers want to go and wrestle on just those, there's freedom to do that because of those relationships. Whereas if you're working WWE, the most you're gonna probably be able to do is bounce around between NXT and AAA. That's it. You know what I mean? That has nothing. That says nothing even for like some of your outside media ventures. If it's not approved by WWE, you're probably not doing a podcast, or you're probably not doing. There's a lot that you're not gonna do. You know what I mean? Even time off. Like you see how Samoa Joe, for example, bounces back and forth with his TV voiceover work, and then he'll come in for a program and then go back. Like you don't really see that too much, besides maybe 3 people in WWE. So a lot of those guys are, from my point of view, I think a lot of them are gonna stay. Partially because some of them are like super established, and I don't see the interest from WWE. And then you got people that are still coming up, like Aminata, who essentially is growing up in front of our eyes in as part of that system. So
Deonna Purrazzo as well too. Could finally want to get back to
Purrazzo out of that list might be the one with the highest probability of going somewhere, but they would probably put her in NXT to start. And look at what happened with Jordan Grace, for example.
Ain't heard nan from her since.
You know what I mean? Like we're talking about a top name that won the men's world title, let alone the women's title over there in TNA, and nothing. Crickets.
Jordan Grace about to just sit to the side while Lola Vice makes her Vice City debut real soon. It's wild how that goes, but we'll wrap it up on the AEW conversation talk one time when it comes to the contracts. I got one more tidbit. The Royal Rumble 27 is expected to be the final one-night Rumble with the PLE moving to a two after next year. That is via WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select. That is not Wrestling Centel. That is Fightful Select. WrestleVotes Radio.
Saw it coming.
Rumble 2027.
Enough.
Will be the final one-night Rumble, with the PLE moving to 2 nights in 2028.
It doesn't surprise me because this is TKO just trying to bleed every penny out of the market that they possibly can. But the problem that happens when you lead with money first and art second in an art world, because this is art / theater
About the art
and athletics,
the art.
is it gets corny. it gets very watered down and it gets corny, and they're just going to continue watering it down. It's going to get cornier and cornier. That's terrible. 2-night rumbles. What are we doing?
Men's on one night, women's on the other.
Back.
Yeah,
Enough.
that's what I think was gonna happen.
More title
And they're gonna-
matches, more Danhausen.
More money. They're gonna just double up on
Danhausen.
and I feel like with this past SummerSlam, right? Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but they had tickets advertised for like $25, like on Raw programming, advertising, all this stuff. So I feel like they let the weekend blow over. They probably saw it and were like, yo, even on a bad weekend, we still did pretty good. We could even at the worst, it'll be good. You know, they'll still make their money. They'll still double up on the audience automatically. So I think that's what they're thinking. Again, it's a money play for real. They're just gonna have more fluff matches, and I don't want to see no more Danhausen, bro. I don't want to see that. But
that's gonna be the PLE.
Yeah,
that'll be the PLE where we get away with Danhausen going after the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the 2-night spectacle. You heard it first here, y'all. The RSC Almighty himself, Chad Law, has predicted that Danhausen will have his official title shot on the throwaway night of the 2-night Royal Rumble in 2028.
Stamped by CL Runts.
Yeah, man. Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Danhausen's personality. Terrible, man.
Danhausen's personality.
That sounds terrible. 2-night rumbles, 2-night manias, 2-night SummerSlams. What's the next pay-per-view that gets a 2-night rollout?
I think it's it. You got it. Survivor Series.
You think that's it?
Survivor Series. Survivor Series, the last of the big four.
Oh, could you imagine 2 nights with 2 War Games matches spread across 2 nights now?
Yes,
the one
actually.
War Games enough.
You just wet the whistle pause of so many WWE lifers that have tapped into this. Like, yo, 2 nights of War Games? Woo! 2 nights. You got, because you could just do men's and women's. That's it. And then you just load up the card with 4 other, matches. The Yami matches. And you round out the
title
5,
matches,
2 nights.
IC matches.
Quality control, right?
Quality those control. Are for title switch nights. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. We gonna get off that.
Y'all ain't looking forward to that at all. Neither one of y'all want to see that.
I'm used to this by now, so I'm kind of just numb to it. I'm like, sure, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, whatever. Like, you don't have to you don't have to like tablespoon feed it to me. Like, I get it. Like, the plate's right there. If it's on the grill, I'm pulling up and I'm gonna grab me a plate. I'm gonna be like, all right, this wasn't the best burger in the world, but you know what? I ate. I'm satisfied. I got something to talk about.
Look, your expectations and your standards have to continuously be lowered to watch this. It's
so I'm just pass up on the grill.
It's not the best, but I ain't hungry no more.
I know when I go down the street, I'm gonna get a Wild Fiesta on Wednesdays.
But for me, I'm
getting a meal on Wednesday. Boy,
I'm either watch the highlights on one and then I'll catch live on the other.
So when I pull up to get the fast food, get the Yada-Me meal on Mondays and Fridays, I'm like, all right, like this is satisfying. It did something. I was hungry. It did something cool.
It's a corny ass company, man.
RSC and 60 I just posted today. Mara Sade is out of TNA. She will be heading somewhere.
I think I did see that. Yeah.
She will be heading somewhere, I believe AEW, most likely with Kevin the Jet. I think she's gonna be a part of the Don Callis family. I'm sure that'll pop birthday. Get a nice female Don Callis family. DC. The Jet gets whatever he wants. And that's how you just get the Jet and Mara to just, you know what I mean? Do they Rusev and Lana thing? I think that could do something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't see it going back to NXT, so I think AEW is going to be the next stop. Realistically, we know how this goes. We don't have to go into full hypothesis breakdown. We know how the mid-card debuts for AEW usually go, so we'll just give a hope that she does show up at least and is used in an efficient manner. from time to time.
Shouts to Mara Sade.
Then, what else? What else we want to talk about real quick before we
I
get into
mean,
the
a couple
potato?
of news. Like I put this. I think I texted. Like I found out this week that Javon Evans was trained by New Jack.
Yo, New Jack would staple Javon's mouth closed if he could.
Yo,
And
like I think I tweeted this to somebody. I was like, yo, people keep thinking they keep sleeping on Javon like he's just a nice boy. They don't know he was trained by New Jack. Pissed that boy off. You see how he's
so
getting a little
weird.
meaner like week by week.
I like it. He got the gold grills now. You know what I mean? It
Changed the
looked good.
kit.
It looked good.
I like that he
It looked
changed
good.
the
Yeah, I
kit.
thought the NXT parking lot was dangerous. Raw parking lot with this man running amok. Stab somebody in between the cars, man. New
Now,
Jack
what y'all
style.
think? What y'all think about this upcoming feud with Big Cass on the way? Since we on the
I
Javon
like
topic,
it.
real quick.
I
We'll
like
see.
it.
Like I know what Cass can do. Let's just see how the crowd reacts because it's crickets for Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I think
They
I think
are.
they've both been out of the company for a very long time. That you can't just bank on them coming back and people booing them. So if they're not getting heat, it's going to be dead in the water.
I think the way they
They
set
got to do
up
something.
Cass, is like the way the cameras are on him, and even after like when he was talking to, I think it was Kathy, like the camera, like bro, he looked gigantic to the point where it's like you're almost distracted by how ginormous this guy looks and how mean his eyes look. You might not even be familiar with him. So new fans are definitely gonna be like, yo, this guy is who Javon's gonna go against. So like I think that builds up like a lot of match excitement, and that's good for Javon at the end of the day because he's gonna ball, man. It doesn't matter who he goes against, he always balls. So that's gonna be cool. And then it's good for Cass, man. He comes back, he gets to go against Javon, who the company really likes, and yeah, I'm with it. I want to see it. I want to see
Yeah, on
this.
paper, I like it. On paper, I
Yeah,
definitely like it. I'm just Baron Corbin being in a program with Trick Williams on paper was like, all right. And then Baron Corbin came out the crickets. Even when he won the title, it wasn't like there was a whole bunch of people booing him. So we got to see what this looks like tomorrow on SmackDown. Like, are people actually reacting to him or not? So
yeah,
it's kind of to me, it's the same thing with Cass. Like on paper, that's an even more interesting matchup because you got a high flyer going against a guy trying to ground the high flyer. You know what I mean? Against a
yeah,
giant. So on paper, that's going to be like really dope matches. I'm just like, to me, there's too much banking on both of those two guys, Baron Corbin and Big Cass, coming in, and people just it was 8 years ago that he's been there. So if you haven't
yeah,
been following him outside, you have no idea. This is a new generation. That's like 2 high school careers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like he's been out almost 10 years. That's 2 presidential terms. So he has to do a lot, I think, to really get the crowd to react to him. And it's early still. You know what I mean? Like he goes after a guy that everybody loves, and it's early, but he's got to do something dastardly. He's got to do something like a little extra aggressive. He's got to interrupt matches. He's got to jump him backstage. He's got to, say something a little crazy on a microphone. He's got to go a couple of steps further than just a match.
I think it'll
If
work
I'm
out.
not,
I think it's
I
gonna
was
work
gonna
out.
say, hold on a second. Let me just cut this one real quick. I got two specific ones that I want to go to. I'm gonna stick on the Baron Corbin and Trick topic. I'm gonna throw this question to y'all because I'm a fan of the Baron Corbin taking the title off Trick. I know that's a lot of pushback. I ain't saying I'm a fan of Baron Corbin, but I see the logic and I get it, and I'm not gonna banter and be like, "Yo, why Baron Corbin and not?" Okay, so take Baron Corbin out. Without being so analytical, just take the current roster on SmackDown, either one of you, and then replace him with somebody that's not Mello. Who would it be?
I have no idea who's on the roster, bro.
I mean, you could just say anyone at this point. You could say anyone.
Not Mello. Like, what are we getting at? What's the point?
Like, who is the heel that's going to make us want to invest into Trick as the baby face that's chasing or being more over? Like,
That
who is his
isn't Mello.
adversary? That isn't Mello. Who is his
Got you.
adversary?
I understand what you're asking. Yeah, when you go down the roster, there probably isn't too many that you can really pick that'll kind of like sell it. So I get the point that you're sort of leading us into, and I
It
agree
ain't even
with
really
you.
the roster either. It's just SmackDown. Like, yo, just pick someone. pick? Ilya Dragunov? Like, how crickets is that? Like, that ain't gonna do
Yeah.
nothing. Like,
Nah, there's
Johnny
nothing there.
Gargano, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
if they're
you're right.
not gonna do the Mello thing, cool. What else? And Baron Corbin, all right. I don't think that'll even be a long reign, anyways. I think that'll just be like a couple weeks. I think we'll probably have it like at max 100 days, and then it'll be on to the next. If not Trick, I think that's a conduit to get it to Mello. Like, I think that could
Yeah.
be the case, where Mello is going to be the one to defeat Baron Corbin, and then that goes back to Trick at some point. Because really, if it ain't how I just said, I think Trick and Mello will just be a tag team moving forward. I'm gonna just go out. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and just say that Trick and Mello reunite as a tag team.
They don't got too much time to do that feud, I feel, because I almost feel like they're giving Trick an out to like start not doing like mid card stuff, get more into like bigger title pictures, maybe go against like the top dogs more again, like the way he came in type deal, you know? So I feel
I
like
think
Mello
the
did the same
segue.
thing too, but they failed with that, so maybe they don't want to fail with Trick. I don't know.
I don't think it failed, yo. I don't even think it failed. I think this is gonna segue back to Mello getting the title match. I think this is how Mello pivots back into the fold, so he can get into the U.S. title picture, so he doesn't have to fight
Mhm.
Trick. Because realistically, no one's booing either person, and
Yeah.
we already know Trick will probably win. So it's like if Mello goes against
Yeah.
Baron Corbin, there's a good chance he could beat Baron Corbin. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna like crap all over it like it seems the masses have crapped all over this Trick and Baron Corbin match. Wasn't the
No, I'm
greatest
not
match
mad.
at all. Wasn't even really an outstanding match. Like,
It wasn't good.
wasn't good.
No, it was a bad match.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, yo, that was a classic. Like, that deserved like no outstanding ratings. But that's Trick Williams right now, and it's like I knew this. Like, it's so crazy because it's like, I'm an NXT guy. Like, day one of us being in RSC, like I've been with NXT watching on Tuesday, so I've seen Trick, and I already knew the matches weren't gonna be outstanding. But it's like, when you watch the guys come through the ranks, you like the main roster. I don't know how they're gonna live with this. And you, AO, as a guy who dabbles in and out of NXT, like, you ain't really sit through a trilogy of Trick Williams matches, have you?
No, I'm not watching that NXT shit. But
Even
what I will say
before
is like even the matches that he's had on the main roster, like, and this goes to, you have to put Trick in matches and programs with people that are better than him. Like, Baron Corbin has always just been kind of average anyway. So how much like he's not going to be able to really elevate Trick in a match too much.
bells and whistles.
Yeah, like you got to put him in there with somebody that's going to like and keep his moveset simple. He doesn't have to do too much. He shouldn't be doing too much anyway. His personality is going to carry him over. Hit a couple of big moves. If y'all remember when The Rock was first like really becoming The Rock, he had like 4 moves. Like, he wasn't doing anything crazy. I mean,
That's
even
another thing
still,
too.
like he didn't try to do too much most of his career, even during the comebacks. So
That's another thing.
put him in there with people that, if you want the match to have a certain pace, you got to have people that are gonna be able to run around, and like this is why you would put Mr. Perfect in with anybody, and you can have a good match. Well, you need somebody to have a good match with Trick, and then extend that to a program. And I don't think Baron Corbin is necessarily that guy, and we saw that in that match. You know what I mean? Whether they turn this into a program with the 2 of them or Mello's inserted some kind of way, whatever, we'll see on SmackDown. But Corbin got to do something to get some heat, bro. You can't keep coming out there and you hear people breathing in the audience.
The lone wolf, the nomad.
Shit, that ain't gonna work.
Corbin bike. No, I think it's a conduit to Mello getting the title back. I think that's just what it is. I'm gonna stand on that hypothesis.
Yeah, I don't think this is good. I think this is a way for Trick to get out and do something else. He might do something maybe one more time at Baron Corbin, but yeah, I think this is maybe more for like Mello to like take it off of Baron Corbin, Trick to move on, do some better feud, get more mic time, sauce it up the way he does. That's it.
Or this is just a vessel to get Trick and Mello back as a tag team, and they can win the tag titles and revive the tag team division on SmackDown. How's that sound?
That would be nice. That would be really nice. That's how I know we might not get
I'd watch that. I'd watch that. I was just like, that actually wouldn't be a bad pivot for that division right now. Like, if that ended up being the case of them reuniting, because, they got to take from NXT storylines to bring it back to the main roster to refresh people. So it's just like, that Trick and Mello reunion is going to happen. And Slow Burner, I see what's happening. That's why we haven't gotten any Trick and Mello to the extent that everyone on the internet seems to be clamoring for.
And you know what the tag team would do is also hide the negatives and accentuate the positives of Trick.
Correct, my brother. Correct.
He comes in, he's the hot tag. Mello gets the heat, tags out. He's the hot tag. You hit 4 big moves.
Bingo.
Crowd goes up.
Bingo, my brother. There we go. That's what I was thinking, man. Like that's how you cover up the feedback that Trick Williams matches get on a regular basis. Because to be honest, he don't even got 4 moves. He just got the trick shot and that's it. He sells in the trick shot. It sells.
Let's move back to the trick slap.
And the trick slap. He's got a slap and a knee. He's got a knee slap. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, he does need more than even 4 moves. You're right. Like even 4 moves would be great. Like,
yeah.
So he's been doing the Uranagi, the bookend lately too.
He's trying to not go full Booker T a lot of the times. Like, I can see it in the matches. But I think Baron Corbin is in the same role as Rusev. And who's the other guy that just came? I was gonna say the other guy. I meant Big Bill. I meant to say Big no,
Bill?
Big Cass. It's Big Cass.
Big Cass.
I gotta say Big Cass.
Big Cass is the latest one, so jury's still out. Rusev, brother.
No, but I'm saying they're gonna be that placeholder, good hand talent that have been through the ranks. They've been there before. They went to the other side. They came back. They freshened up their characters. They're gonna be a good hand. Remember, we always used to talk about in early episodes the good hand. Like, I think Rusev and Big Cass and why do I keep forgetting these guys' names? God, I'm not even like trying to be funny. It's just like Big Cass, Rusev, and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Those are the good hands. You got to have the good hands.
They're like wrestlers. They're more wrestler-y wrestlers compared to everybody else who's like stars and characters and superheroes and big villains. Like these guys that came in are actually like, okay, these guys are just like kind of wrestlers. So we could just hate on them at any given moment, you know? So I kind of like the idea of that, you know, of them coming in and them being that part of the company while the rest of like the superheroes try to like battle them and they're like dealing with them, you know.
But my question is like, who are they actually helping and doing a service if they're the heel in a program that can't even get a reaction of people to boo so people can then cheer and feel for the good guy in the face?
I think it's the overanalyzing. You kind of got to just get used to it and just eat your food because it's on the same side over there. You know what I mean? On the other side of the fence on Wednesdays. You got Giants over there that get no reaction and get killed by the little guys.
So why are you on TV? Like, you shouldn't be there is what I'm saying. There's too many wrestlers. That's
what I'm saying. Wow, boy.
There was once a time when there was too many rappers. Now there are too many wrestlers.
Too many wrestlers.
That's why they're the good hands.
It's all world building, man. I think that's what it comes down to. Like
community.
I think in the long run,
community and world building.
I guess, man. In the long run, I guess if it ends with a positive direction for Trick or for Mello or for Javon, cool. If they learn something cool, we just need to breeze past these feuds because I ain't really rolling.
They're not. Yeah, and I don't think. And here's the other thing about WWE: like the way they're making it is like everybody can invest in whatever feuds that they want, but the company themselves focus on like the main ones, and then like while everybody else is sort of like also infused, they're popular, but again, they're all not fully polished, fully developed, not fully experienced, not in the company for a long time. So like give them a couple of these feuds where they can look good, learn, and move past it, and you know, keep it going for real. I want to see. I want to see them all get better too. So, you're
the gods.
Yes, sir.
Couple of other little quick hitters here. I saw rest in peace to Dory Funk Jr.
Rest in peace.
61-year career.
Ooh.
Crazy.
61-year career.
Some people don't even live
like
to be 61.
Hello. Shouts to like the Funk family in general, like to speak about what Dory and Terry obviously have both meant to wrestling is we could do an episode on that. Properly researched, but definitely do an episode on that. But just want to acknowledge passing of Dory Funk Jr. There were two other quick little notes I wanted to hit. Boom. Yeah, Javon. Congrats to Bianca and Montez Ford. Congrats, Bianca just gave birth. So they have a
Little Romeo.
brand new baby boy. And at least according to what's been typed out, Brock is officially retired.
See you in April, bud.
Brock is officially retired as of right now. Looking back on this feud with Obafemi, and I heard a lot about like how hands-on Brock was with this feud and really trying to, stories about him backstage, like really sitting with Oba for like hours and just giving them game. I guess obviously talking about the matches too, but just putting them up on game. So he definitely saw something, as do most of us in Obafemi, and he took his time with him and they really did a nice thing. In my opinion, it's still the feud of the year as far as WWE is concerned. Looking in hindsight, I think it could have been a 2-match instead of a 3-match feud. I'd have got rid of that second match. Go straight from the retirement angle to the Hell in the Cell, where it's like, nah, I'm really out now. You know what I mean? That second one, part of me is like the skeptical part of me is like, they asked Brock to come. He was really retired at Mania. He was like, nah, I'm done. They didn't know necessarily what to do with Oba. So they said, nah, we might need you for a couple more runs, a couple more matches. That's the skeptical part. And that probably plays a part. But when Unreal comes out, that ain't the story that they're going to tell. They're going to kayfabe that up and say, oh, we've been cooking this is what we do. It was a new era.
It is the new
talk
era.
about all this. What if he beats him and then comes back and loses and then comes back and da-da-da. So, but anyway, news reporters reporting Brock is out of here permanently. See?
Birthday, what you think?
I'm thinking with Brock. You guys seen that graphic? I think Chris Van Vliet dropped it. It was like a graphic of all the years he was active and how many matches or whatever. It was like a ton of years, but then it would be like 1 match, 2 match, 4 matches, 4 matches,
Yeah.
5 matches, whatever. So I think ultimately, I think Brock just did what he wanted to do, and he probably had as many matches as he wanted to. They might have wanted him to do in a certain amount, but Brock's not doing anything he's not actually actively wanting to do. And he got an opportunity to put Oba over. And yeah, I think it was I think that last part was cool. It was like a very Brock ass thing to do. Oba, come here. Like I'm the past, he's the future. Like I
Straight
like
to the
that. It
point
was,
with it.
yeah, and it was just like the tone of Brock, his voice. It's like that's the last. You gotta remember that was like the last thing he said. It almost sounded funny. Let's go to Saskatchewan. There's like a certain rise and dip in his voice, and I think that to me was memorable. That's one thing I do love about Brock when he talks, like the up and down of his tone. He don't even gotta be saying anything, bro. Like I know he gets dragged for not talking. Paul Heyman is his talking piece or whatever, but I like that about one of my favorite things about Brock was the Brock and Sammy clip. I watch that all the time. Let's go to Saskatchewan. Let's go fishing. Let's go. Like it's so good, like, but all in all, I think it was successful. I hope Unreal doesn't ruin it. And yeah, we can all move on. I don't see Brock coming back. It's like for what? Like you did your job. You did good. Oba's over. He came through with the all white. Like here I am. Like don't ruin that. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. He could, and Oba can take any title any time. It could be tomorrow. It could be next month, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. And I think that part, I hope some of the fans remember that and can see that that's what he is. Like he can take anything anytime. So the moment he decides, like, you know what, I'm tired of seeing Roman, or I'm tired of seeing these, give me that. He didn't know what to do with it. Stole that. He didn't know what to do with it, so I took it. I'm waiting for Oba to do that. I want to see, these guys, they don't know what they're doing. Just minimizing all this drama and like, oh, I'm a star. I'm the nightmare. I'm the golden boy, QB1, OTC, best in the world. Oba, wait till he puts his foot down in the all white garb, bro. How magnificent is that gonna be, huh? He's just It's not even about beating anyone at that point. It's about just putting his foot over the entire situation. Like, please, guys, this is nothing. What are you guys? Let me stomp you out right now. Dun, 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 oh, they always, by the way, sidebar, did you notice that they always cut into a little white kid every single time, side by side?
Yeah, it's
Just keep
actually
that
hysterical watching the Yakubian folks do the Obafemi strut to the ring.
every time. There's never a time where they missed it, and I think that part is so funny. And now you're gonna see it every single time. They selling it,
Wait
bro.
till it hits a McDonald's commercial. It's gonna be out of here, yo. He's gonna be marching into a McDonald's real soon, man.
Yeah, bro. Over Femi, bro. Over Femi, bro. This guy's
on
over
a Brock Lesnar
Femi.
topic. I'm not buying it. There's one thing I've learned in wrestling is nobody's ever really retired, yo. I watched Ric Flair. Like, I actually sat and watched a pay-per-view where Shawn Michaels kicked Ric Flair's face down, his like whole body. Like, he just kicked it off with the sweet shit music and said, "I'm sorry." And I was like, man, this is the end of Ric Flair, bro. Like, I can't believe it. Like, Ric Flair's retiring, bro. Like, this is crazy. And then he shows up in TNA very shortly, and he's having bloodbaths with Jay Lethal and Hulk Hogan. So I can't really say that people retire. And not to say that Lesnar's going to go somewhere else, but I'm just like, until it's really like brought home, like hammered home on an episode or something that Brock Lesnar's retired, I'm not buying it. Like, if they show up on Raw and start doing memorial tributes, I'm not buying it.
You don't think they did that this past Monday with Heyman watching the screen after they played that video?
Nah. I think they did, bro.
I think that was it.
That was it. Yeah. I'm yeah. And
So
we're in a different era, man.
Cena's gonna come back then, right?
Cena? He's not. No.
I think Brock will retire, but I don't think this was it, because every time that they said he was about to retire, they moved the goalposts. Remember, it was a WrestleMania thing.
But I think that was the only time they ever really teased retirement with Brock.
And now, out the blue, out of nowhere, I get he said, "Yo, I'm tired. I don't want to get slammed by a guy like Obafemi no more." I get it. But I think with Saudi coming up, WrestleMania, you know how that go. You know how that ticket go. I think he has the final match with Gunther, the ring general. I think that's where we finally get the folklore match, is at that WrestleMania. That's what Gunther ends up doing. Because realistically, there's no pathway for Gunther to win a title respectfully in the next, like, now till Mania. Like, I don't see it. He'll be here, but I don't see him winning. And this is just me just like watching a product, watching it and just thinking about it as I'm watching it live. I'm like,
you don't think Gunther's gonna win the title soon?
Not winning the title. No, he could win it next summer, but in the current landscape, I don't see how Gunther fits in winning the world title or the WWE title. I think he'll be the best hand. He won't be a good hand. I think he'll be the best hand. And that's why I think he'll have his big moment retiring Brock Lesnar. I think that's the next retirement. Because outside of that, who you got? Rey Mysterio? Which was a planned match, but it's just like, who's next in this big career killer? Because you see it on the Titantron, the career end or whatever. So it's like, all right, well, whose career have you ended in the last 6 months? I mean, ain't nobody's career. So that's kind of why I think it'll tie back in, and we've got enough time to forget about it. It's only August, so you could timestamp this and bookmark it, but I think that's gonna come back around at WrestleMania when it's rumor mill, Saudi. We're looking at Gunther and we're like, yo, that guy has no program, like nothing going on. He ain't in no title picture. Nobody's near retirement. What's he doing? And I think he has that Kevin Owens type of moment. That Kevin Owens moment. that Kevin Owens
Kevin
Stone Cold
Owens
moment. I think Gunther has that with Brock Lesnar. I think he'll be like, yo, I'm calling Brock Lesnar out. You're not retired. You ain't done until I say it's done.
type,
I'm going off on a
maybe.
tangent, but I think that's
That last part
would
is
that not be
that
Pitt
I
though? That wouldn't be Pitt.
that last part I can buy into. The only other parts that I can't buy into is Gunther not being in the title picture. He's very much in the title picture. He's just
He is,
battling,
but winning.
I think he's gonna get that title by the end of the year, at least once. At least once. There's Money in the Bank. There's so many other things, man. He can get that title. He's gonna get that
I
title,
will
bro.
give
He
you
can do
that.
it.
There is money in the bank though. There is money in the bank. There is money in the bank coming up.
LA Knight's not gonna get that. LA Knight is he's already in the feuds that he's gonna be in, with Roman and this. He beat the bloodline, all that stuff. But Gunther's gonna get that title one way or another. I think so. That's why I think Brock is like gone. But I do like the idea of like Gunther, maybe a couple of years from now, like
Yo, we got
you're
2
not
nights of
retired.
WrestleMania in Saudi. What you think is going to happen? You think they not going to do something? They got to do something, man. We got 2 nights
That's
of this.
that's a very, very good possibility. So I will buy into that. But yeah.
Because who else? What other legend are they going to pull out the stops for? You know how this goes for a Saudi show, and it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So,
And Rey Mysterio is not. He's busy being a manager. He's already doing what he's got to do. So yeah.
If Rey Mysterio, Ray, I think is quietly. He
Randy
could
though,
retire right now.
Randy.
I don't think Randy retires until he gets the title. I don't think he even sees retirement.
Maybe Gunther takes the title from Randy.
Somebody got to take the belt from Punk. Let's start there.
I think Kevin Owens could do it.
I think it could be Kevin. Which again, where does Gunther fit in this fold right now? When you got Kevin Owens prime to just come back and have this, you know what I'm saying? But AO, if you want any take on this before I close it, we could just.
He's like, yo, you guys got it, bro.
I see your point, and it's definitely it's 99-1. I think he's retired, but I ain't gonna completely say nah. Like the checks are really big. There's 2 nights of WrestleMania, and if I'm sure Brock. But to me, does that diminish the moment a little bit of Oba being the guy to have like Brock's not only last match but last program, and then Brock raising his hand and all that? Doesn't that kind of cheapen that a little bit?
Yes, it
He'll
does.
win the title at WrestleMania, and it'll be amazing because even if Gunther beats Brock, Oba will probably win the world title, and it'll be an amazing passing of.
No, it's gonna be dope, but it's like you've passed the torch already. You can't take it back to then pass it to this guy.
He did it to Cody. Yeah. He did to Cody. He had the same thing with Cody just 2 years ago. Remember that?
I don't think that was a passing of the torch. I just think that was just
the pass.
Mutual
I'm
respect.
putting you over.
Yeah.
That was mutual respect. That's the same as shaking somebody's hand after a match. It happens all the time.
Brock literally
this one
said,
is like,
I'm the past.
He specifically said, I'm the past. This is the next guy. This is the future.
He pointed.
They have the interactions with him and Heyman throughout this whole program. Heyman in the beginning, right around the first match, was like, he was already early on the next big thing since the next big thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Oba Braun program, and Heyman is going to be involved with that. He's going to go with Oba, turn his back on Braun. That's going to be a thing. Like, that's where that's going, with Oba.
Oba Braun is fun. I think that's fun.
That's going to be great.
That if they play that right, that's a good opportunity to for Braun to get his magic and his mojo back a little bit. If they play it right. I don't know what the right move is, but you can't have that guy just people talking to him. However, he's not the guy that you should have people talking to crazy if you want to invest money as a top guy. Not now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in a little sideshow act. It's a placeholder act. And the thing with me, bro, I don't know where it went wrong with Braun. There's nothing that Braun did besides get injured a bunch, and maybe that's it. But nothing that Braun actually did. I think is a lot of either mishandling or just poor timing, or again the injuries. But on paper, I think Braun is like, he's there. I think a lot of people in his class have lapped him, partially because they just didn't get hurt.
Fair.
Yeah.
He is still rather fresh to wrestling. Like in that regard, he, you know what I mean. He ain't the indie guy. So it's like I guess when it comes to the injuries, it's par for the course with a guy like
Yeah,
that.
like the injury at horrible timing too. I mean, it was that little period where everybody in the division got hurt, one right after another. So that was
That's
they
really what
gave
ruined
him the
everything.
yeah, they gave him the reins of being the focal point at that point when Seth went down and then he went down. And Bronson Reed went down, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
I'm looking at the positive of it, and I think this is how we get Braun Breaker to just kill the entire vision by himself.
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
I think it's curtains for them.
Yeah.
Like if you look from this past Monday, where he don't care about what's going on in the ring. Before the match, after the match, I'm focused on Oba. We had that standoff right here. He felt the way. So whatever Austin Theory, whatever you feel like doing right now after the match, cool. I ain't gonna be a part of it. You can get your ass beat. I'm not coming out to save you. You know what I mean? So
Quickly put Joe Henry in the dirt.
yeah, and he's gonna do the same thing with Austin Theory at some point. He's not happy about being relegated to a tag team, wrestler after you were just competing for the world title. I don't want this.
They're building
I
up the
actually
frustration
think,
in real life and in the
Yep.
storyline.
Yeah, they gonna have that boil over until you hurt somebody in the ring for real.
bro, I think this
Mhm.
is how we get Braun Breaker as the babyface. This is cool. Like this is some fun long-term storytelling with wrestling. Like this is where I could tip my cap to WWE and where I can see the vision here. And I can give a compliment of I see what's gonna happen long term with this Braun Breaker and Obafemi situation. Like I like it. I think they're gonna be kept away. Like how it's like taboo with Obafemi mentioning the world title or Roman Reigns even mentioning Obafemi. I think like, having Braun and Oba where they're at right now. Oba's the super baby face. Braun Breaker is the heel that's kind of the tweener. I could see him just taking out Paul Heyman. Just one good spear through the barricade. Heyman's out the loop for mad long, and he just comes back. And you know
With
what?
Oba.
I'm with you, Oba. And now the dynamic shift, and Braun will be the baby face, and Oba will be the dastardly heel, and that's how we really get our new gen. Like I like it. I think
Or
that
that could be
Mhm.
a swerve
or
because
swerve.
Heyman has definitely swerved before. Like, you know, he comes out and he's yay Oba. And in the middle of the match or something happens to where he gets the heat right back on Braun. I think like either way, Paul's gonna play a very vital part. He
I like
always does. He's gonna
I
play a
like where
very
Yeah.
vital part. So
I like where this is going.
and more so than most people, I think, if Paul Heyman is involved, even like a small fraction on the creative side, I got faith that it's going in a good direction. You
Well,
know,
while we're on the WWE topic, fellas, let's recap SummerSlam real quick. Let's not go. You don't got to go too extensive. Let's kind of just give our highs and our lows. You know what I'm saying? Our personal favorites.
oh, I remember what the car was. Let
And
me see.
it was a solid two-night. I'll say off top, I watched night two. I watched both nights, but I enjoyed night two just a little bit more than night one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me say a whole lot more than night one, like overall. Ad Mania, it was Ad Slam. Ad Slam
Mhm.
went wild. You know what I mean? They got their ish off. Boy, did they. You know what I mean? No dude wipes in sight, but we got a lot of Wingstop. You know what I mean? We got a lot of Wingstop and root beer. Party pack is on deck when it comes to WWE advertising.
All right, let's start with. I'll run down the matches on night one, and I'll give you what I enjoyed, and then we can head over to night two. So, 6 matches on both nights. Liv Morgan beat Io Sky for the Women's World Championship in the opener, 13 minutes. That was the second longest match of the night. Punk and Cody was the longest at a half hour. The second match was LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys. They beat the Bloodline, 6-man tag. Jacob Fatu and the Usos. Gunther beat Nick Aldis, one-on-one singles match, beat him by submission. Fatal Influence beat the Bella Twins and Paige. Brie Bella, I think she fractured or broke a shoulder or something like that, so she's out. Punk beat Cody, undisputed WWE Championship, and then Oba beat Brock in that Hell in the Cell match. I think the Oba and Brock, the Gunther and Nick Aldis, Liv Morgan and Io Sky. Those are my 3 favorite matches of that night. And I think like the highlight for me, I mean, Oba getting the props from Brock at the end. Getting his hand raised. He's the future. Getting that point, that was dope. Being able to see Nick Aldis and Gunther, like Nick Aldis being a guy that I remember, like I didn't watch him much in TNA, if at all. I was kind of introduced and was familiar with him coming out of the TNA era, the YouTube TV uh, TNA era. I mean, NWA. So I'm familiar with him and the matches that he's had with Cody. I remember like some of the big revival matches that they were doing with ROH production. But anyway, like that was very enjoyable, and I just think my favorite like bell to bell match might be EO and Liv Morgan. I thought they had a nice little bit of chemistry. But
Yeah.
those are my highlights for night one.
What's your lowlights?
That Punk and Cody match, I ain't enjoy that at all.
That wasn't for you?
Nah,
That was
I don't know who that was for. That was for somebody. I ain't
yeah.
enjoy it at all.
I'm right there with you, brother. I thought the EO and Liv match was pretty good. I thought it was a good way to start off SummerSlam. Um, I was telling CL, I think like whenever last week or whenever it was with the Gunther and Nick Aldis match, I felt really connected to it because I had seen his interview with CVV, and like like he was like kind of talking about it, and just like everyone was complimenting like what great shape he looked like he was in, but then he started talking about like conditioning and like stuff like that. So like I really liked that interview. I thought it was really really dope. And then just watching the match, and it was funny, if you saw, CVV was in the crowd also, like you could see him in the
big-
camera view, so like he's
Yeah.
watching it too. So I'm like, I felt like I was watching it with CVV, and like I don't know, I could see almost like what Nick Aldis was talking about, like in the match, like as the match was going, the emotion. So like that part to me was like, it was like maybe not the highlight of the night, but it was like a really strong part in terms of like, yes, this is like, we see a product in ring, but there's like other aspects of it that we can still connect to. And there's other avenues for us to invest in a match. Like that interview made me want to invest in that match. So I watched it, I enjoyed it. It was cool.
And how
Shout out my
hype
son Ellen.
Nick
Barrett was
Aldis.
commentary. Like Wade
Yeah,
Barrett he was having a
yeah,
ball on commentary watching Nick Aldis go.
Yo,
his
bro,
boy,
this is
he
NWA,
loved it.
man. Like this is pandemic NWA for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew the vibes going into this. Like this is birthday. How you broke that down is dope because that's people getting to know who Nick Aldis is, the national treasure. A
Yeah,
lot of that audience was not there for the 10 pounds of gold, yo. The jokes that me and AO would have about NWA Power at 6:05 on YouTube whenever they feel like it on a random Tuesday.
I love that NWA
yeah,
Power era, bro.
That was an era that I'm positive a good portion of that WWE audience was not sitting through.
Didn't see it all.
They
Didn't know
had
it
no, not at
existed.
all.
Even if they came across it, even if they got served it on their YouTube, they're skipping past that.
Hmm.
I'm positive a good portion of these people weren't there for the last run in TNA when he faced Eric Young and Alex Shelley.
I
It was
wasn't.
the main event. Only
Hmm.
but 3 years ago, you know what I'm saying?
And they
Now this
said
is a
that a
reason
lot.
for you to care. This is a reason for you to get behind Nick Aldis other than he's just the smarmy British general manager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We came a long way from the anonymous GM. Now we got a real GM that can scrap and throw down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm with you on that. It's a good highlight. What else you got for a highlight and a low light?
And then I got to. I know it wasn't maybe any. It probably like
Got it.
just passed over for a lot of people, but that 6-man tag match, my son LA Knight and
Solo?
Solo Sokoa and Royce Keys and the Bloodline guys, and I just there was so many cool spots in that. Like I loved the Solo running back the yeet, and then Jay like really selling for his brother. I was like, yo, what? And then he tried to come at Solo and he said, bah, shoulder checked him. Like, no, I ran back your music and I just shoulder checked you, bro. Like, I love that spot. That was awesome. And LA Knight like just sealing the deal with the pin, him doing the pin, that to me, like as a LA Knight fan, meant a lot because
Yeah.
bro, bro, like we've been suffering. We're just like watching him like just float through, and this was like a meaningful win. And at the end of the day, just get a meaningful win and pull. Let's go somewhere. Now he's in a feud with Roman, and we know he's probably not gonna beat Roman, but like let me enjoy this feud real quick again right now in 2026 with all the new fans and everything. And that promo that he cut was cool, like Roman so serious, and then LA Knight's music playing. Just the shot of that is mad funny. You gotta like it's OTC, but then LA Knight, like there's something to it. Like only LA Knight can do that, bro. And I think that's what it set up. That's why I love that match. That's why I love that pin. That's why it's
I was
to
ready
me
for him to take the L.
exactly, man. And he
I'm so
didn't.
conditioned to it. I was ready for him to be like the guy that got the pinfall, like Jay Uso was the one that got the pin on LA Knight, and everyone just was like,
It's like when we went down the preview, I was like, this is one of those matches I really don't have a feel. This goes wherever it goes. Like,
yeah.
So they gave you a feel good win.
They gave me that, man. They knew it. They gave it to me and everybody else that loves LA Knight, bro. That's all we wanted, bro. Give us our little 10 minutes amongst this ad mania. Give me a little bit. No problem. I know. Give me the little burger. I'll give me the slider at the grill, bro. It's cool.
Nah, boy, this was NWA Power 2020 in front of 70,000. This was LA Knight and Nick Aldis on the main stage, man.
Yeah.
They came a long way, B. I was watching them at the power plant or the production studios in Atlanta, man. And I always talk about this because, like, yo, I've really seen it, man. Y'all notice the slogan? I've really seen it. I seen Nick Aldis. I seen LA Knight. They was out there in front of all 60 of us. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for NWA.
Man, I missed that era of NWA Power, bro.
Same gimmick. It's crazy because it's really the same gimmick, and now it's like dope because it's in front of millions and millions on a regular basis. So it's like, yo, that's cool, man. I've seen him come from. Yeah, bro. I've seen him literally go from dummy, randomness in TNA to the NWA run, and now it's like, all right, yo, like my man LA, he right here. I think he's somebody that'll have his year next year. He'll have his Sami Zayn moment next year. It's too busy. I agree. Right now. It's too busy. Unfortunately, he'll be filler. It'll be like Finn Balor and Punk at the Chamber this year. It's going to be fun, though. I laughed out loud. I don't laugh out loud much when I watch Raw, but I laughed out loud this past Raw. It was good.
So did I. Yes.
It was good. Like, usually you laugh out loud at the BS.
Best Raw of the year, bro.
But that was a good Raw. Like, naturally funny Raw. Like, in segments, promos, reactions, cues, everybody was just hitting on all cylinders. So that was fun. What about a low light? What you got for a low light?
My low light is right there with Bake, which is that Cody and CM Punk match. I thought it was too slow. I thought it was lethargic.
30 minutes. That was a typical main event, though.
Yeah, but like, it was not a 30 minutes well spent. You know, I've seen 30 minutes with like, or close to a 30 minutes with like, I think Gunther and Randy, and that was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that was King of the Ring or whatever. I really, really like that. But this 30 minutes, it was just really slow. Again, I'm not against the slow pace, whatever, but this was slow moves. They were selling weird. They just looked tired. Both of them. It's almost like, yo, the real life of this entire company. I just watched like whatever was left of you guys after an Unreal, your podcast appearances, your signings, your autographs, your this, your that. You just did Fanatics Fest, all this stuff. Now you're at SummerSlam and there's like nothing left of you. You guys are shriveled up raisins that are wrestling for 30 minutes. I'm like, I kind of felt bad a little bit. I'm like, yo, get these.
So what's a suitable time?
It's not even just the number, bro. It's like that could have gone 15 minutes. 15 minutes of that match was still whack.
It would have been the same. It would have been tired 15.
I think like maybe is the chemistry just isn't there. Like the other part, remember how earlier we were talking about like you got to put tricks to treat strategically in with certain people. Cody ain't the most athletic person. Punk ain't the most
Mhm.
athletic person. Neither of them are the most technically sound people. A lot
Yeah.
of why we like them are the stories that they're able to tell both leading up to the match and within the match. Really wasn't much happening in this.
I agree, bro.
Insert Randy Orton because they're getting the F
Yeah.
away from now.
Oh, whoopee. We'll see.
I'm
Yeah,
happy.
they have to, bro.
I'm happy for
Yeah.
that. Like we could just pack that feud up and act like that didn't
I'm
exist.
not even looking forward to that, but let's stay
I'm
on
with you
topic
too.
of the Punk and Cody thing. I think it could be a part of like we're tired of we had to be the faces of the company leading up to the show. That also comes with the territory. Like you can't cut somebody slack for that. You want to be the world champ, you gotta do all the signings, kiss all the babies, shake all the hands. It is what it is. It just wasn't good, man. And leading up to the match, like their promos back and forth with each other were clumsy. So I think it just boils down to chemistry.
You
Like,
want a title shot? You got it. You want a
it
title
boils
shot?
down to chemistry. Like
All
they were
right.
trying to make me care. Like, how many times are they gonna repeat? Like, we're friends, but we're not gonna be friends. Like, there was nothing on the plate. I
They
think is
did.
the main thing.
They did
Like, there was
everything.
no real reason. There was no real feud. There was no real animosity. They had to try to manufacture something leading up to the match, and it did not hit. And then when the bell rang,
Yes.
because they didn't have anything that they had built on that they can continue, there was no heat, and it was whack, and it was slow, and neither one of them were really all that athletic, and the chemistry just wasn't there. Pack it up. Don't do it again. I don't need to see it again.
They did everything but reference AEW, the reference an elite, but reference any of that. Like even like pat
But
around
even
it.
with that, even with
I
referencing,
didn't
it's
even
like
catch it.
this audience they don't care. This audience ain't watching anything but WWE. So why do we continue to go down that path of like
I think that would have
insider
popped
terms?
something.
Like,
That would at least been a little bit more frazzled to the steak than like what we've been served at this point. Like I'd have been like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like at least there's a memorable quote other than
maybe,
hey, you want a title shot? You got it.
but the audience wouldn't have. Because the majority of the people that are going and buying tickets to WWE shows really ain't watching anything else.
So
I'm kind
which
of with Bake
glacier?
on that, man.
Which glacier moving in the night as far as main events did y'all prefer? Roman Reigns and Seth?
Oh, by far.
Yes. Absolutely,
And I'm not
bro.
even
I
like the
love
biggest.
They're
that
both
match.
the same time, and they both move glacially slow.
And it was a way better match.
Way better.
Way better.
It's way better.
More
Partially because
storytelling.
their entire history with each other happened in this company, so people have been on that ride the entire time. There's no real history in WWE with Punk and Cody besides the last couple of years, and you're just supposed to know.
Yes.
That's not what this fan base is about. Taylor Swift fans don't know nothing about no West Side Gun, bro.
Yes. I agree, man. That was well put.
Play Derringer right now for a Taylor Swift fan.
Pull up their soundtrack right now. They got Conway.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. Like, there's different fan bases. Like a AEW fan base, you can pull from history from every federation that a wrestler is going to, because the fan base for the most part is really, really tapped into all of that. Japan, Mexico, the Indies. That ain't WWE.
Fair.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the biggest fan. Like, it's like, that's the greatest SummerSlam main event ever. It's not even close.
Definitely.
No.
I'm not the biggest fan of all that dialogue and talking in the matchless days of my lives shit. I'm cool on all of that. You know what I mean? Like, but the action sequences that the two of them had, partially because both of them are athletic and they have chemistry and they trust each other. You know, Seth ain't really prime Seth anymore at all. You know what I mean? And
Fair.
Roman isn't going to do much but power moves, but it worked. You know, they had the crowd. So second night, let me run through these 6 matches.
Oh, let me just run through mine real quick. My highlight.
Oh yeah.
My highlight. I would go with the. Funny enough, I say the 6-man tag. I actually enjoyed it. For a 6-man tag for a party match, I enjoyed that, yo. Like I ain't.
It was fun.
Like that was fun. It's cool to see LA Knight. You know what I mean? Get the good dub. And as far as a low light, I'm gonna go with the other 6-woman tag. The other 6-person tag is that.
Oh,
that was.
Cool. I forgot about that.
7 minutes. It went shorter than the ads, and Brie Bella's injured again.
Yeah, that was one match. To be honest with you, and I don't think I watched this live. I think I watched this on replay. I watched it Sunday morning before watching night 2 live. I didn't even watch the match,
7 minutes.
but I didn't have any interest in the match.
Yeah.
You know,
I might have
like
been
when
on
you watch-
Twitter.
It was
and then
tailor made that
Nikki
they
just comes back and Bree gets hurt. Like I feel bad in that sense. Like it's almost like with Division, you just damn, I can't catch a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So now you know
tough.
what
No
that
pun
means.
intended, but
About to prolong this feud until you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because they were,
It's
if I'm
okay.
not correct me if I'm wrong, they were trying to run an angle where they turned on Paige.
yes, which
Yeah.
would bring Jay Lee back into the fold.
Yeah.
So they have like a Divas 2010 reunion feud.
Oof.
So
It's
that looks like
okay.
it'll be on hold. I don't know who they'll put in the fold for it. Maybe they'll bring someone from NXT. Maybe that'll be Lola Vice's entry into the fold, perhaps. That's like her expedited to the main roster.
Yeah, at this point, I think the best bet, whether it be Lola Vice or somebody else, is inject some youth into this from the standpoint of like the Bellas ain't reinventing the wheel at this point, nor is AJ Lee, nor is Paige. So if you're gonna have them on TV, use some of the equity that they've built and the careers that they've had to get a little more light on somebody coming up.
Yes.
I hope that's the direction that they go in, because ain't really too many people clamoring for AJ Lee Page face off or a tag team or a belly. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Time has passed, man.
It has. It
Get.
definitely
I'm just
has.
get well soon. You know, just get well soon.
100%.
That's all I can.
That
say.
sucks.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Absolutely
But you
sucks.
know, get well soon. But you know, it's okay. If they got to run a little 5 minutes on TV every now and then for whoever. All right.
Marks for Mike's.
Mike's, what up, dog?
Yeah.
Night 2. Hey, yo, run it down real quick. Or you want me to? I got you. Don't matter.
I got you.
All right.
Night 2, another 6 matches. We had what was initially Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn for the #1 contendership for the championship, turned into a fatal 4-way once Kevin Owens and Gunther were inserted into the match. Kevin Owens obviously won that. We have Baron Corbin versus Trick Williams for the U.S. title. Baron Corbin won. We talked about that earlier. Chelsea Green defeated Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, and Tiffany Stratton. 5-way ladder match for the interim, although I'm not sure how interim that is at this point. But that's the WWE Interim Women's Championship. Danhausen, Dom Mysterio, Human Money's on a pole match. I think the less we say about that match, the better. Chad Gable beat Penna. Bro, that damn root beer dog at the end. Jeez.
Ruined it.
Classic.
Oh my God. But that was for the IC title, and then Roman Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Highlights. I can run mine real quick. Kevin Owens. That was my moment of the night, period.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens.
nothing beat
It's
that.
really dope when exactly nobody is checking for a Page singles run at all. Not at all. Justice for Sammy. If Sammy showed up to SmackDown, yeah, he's reaching crash out territory.
He's the last
Yeah,
good guy,
man.
man. The last real good guy, bro. He's trying to hold it
Yo,
down right.
when Rikishi was just mowing people down in the back with the car, that's about to be Sammy. He's just going
He's good.
autopilot the Tesla
He
into
did it for the
human.
Rock. Sammy just doing
He's
it
gonna
for him.
show up with a pallet of water bottles
did
and
it for
drop
me.
it on somebody, bro. That's what he's gonna do.
Bugging out.
He ain't do it for the Rock. I did it for me. Yeah, KO was a highlight. Chelsea Green winning that title, that was really, really dope. That was a highlight. I think those might be my two. And then the Roman and Seth match I thought was really dope. I thought Gable and Penna was cool. That's the most I can
Felt like
say.
a really good Raw main event, though.
Yeah, it was 100%. It was a cool match,
Yeah.
and they just really ruined it with the ad, with the product placement at the end. So highlights there. Lowlights again, like that Danhausen, that Human Money is on a pole. Like
That's across
again,
the board.
this is how you continuously you make something. WWE has no problem making something corny, and they've now turned the corner on Danhausen to where it was like, oh, this is kind of funny, this is cool, and then it's corny now, and there's more conversation about people wanting to see less of Danhausen that quick.
Yeah.
I thought the root beer dog was El Grande under the mat. I thought it was somebody.
I thought it was
100%.
gonna be Ethan Page, man.
Would've
Should have
been
been Ethan
fire.
Page.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
thought
you
it
Should
was
have
keep
been
me
Ethan
somebody.
Page.
talking. It would have been sick though. It would have been.
Shout to
It would have.
Haku being the only follow show.
Shout to
The
Fucking
OG
Haku
literally.
on
dogging.
SmackDown.
Shout the real dads, man.
Haku is here on SmackDown. Sidebar. I'm happy to see it. It's fire. Y'all know he the RSC outro every week. So
Every
shout
week.
to Haku. Shout to the
Yo, but
God.
speaking of Haku, like him being on SmackDown, I guess is maybe to establish him with his sons if
With
he's
his
going to be
sons,
on
yes.
camera regularly.
Yes.
But to me, there's a lot of story about why we're. Imagine this, for example. Haku has not taught his sons the Tongan death grip, but he taught it to Jacob Fatu. There's something interesting there. Why?
Talk, young ninja. Talk.
Yeah, like there's something interesting. So let him establish these killers over on SmackDown, and at some point we got to get that story wrapped up
Yo,
with.
Bloodline New Gen coming
We
through
gotta-
for Survivor Series War Games.
You don't need
What?
Taller
We
Tonga
just
doing
came-
a death grip. Oh my god.
We
But
just came
that's
back.
what it is. It's a Tongan death grip, but
Woo, in the fifth
the
If
inning.
taller
Samoan werewolf
Tonga
is the
learns
only
how to
person that
do it.
knows it.
Yeah, and now Haku's like, yo, I can see like the tides changing, like because there's more to the story. There's the Tongan aspect of it, you know what I mean, which is kind of separate from like the Romans and the Usos and such, you know. Then how's this match could have been on Raw? Absolutely.
Danhausen
Could've
match
been on
could have
main
been on
event.
YouTube.
Yeah,
They
or it
could
could
have
have
put this
just
on YouTube.
it could have been on main event on a Thursday.
Main event. There you go.
Nah, son,
but
I'm liking that though. I'm liking that idea, man. Haku bringing back. Well, not bringing it back, but bringing forth the new gen of this bloodline, like the next,
Yeah.
like kind of like the spinoff. Like this is a cool spinoff. Like y'all got me.
Yeah.
Now I don't gotta sit.
Like
through Roman
I'm
and the
curious.
Usos.
Like unless
This
they
is the
just
other side.
unless they
of the
just
bloodline.
try to sweep that under, why is Jacob Fatu the only person that has been taught the Tongan death grip? Your own kids don't even know that move. So they haven't done it on TV at least.
yeah.
You know why? Do they feel a way about this? Is there a conspiracy? Like, is Haku eventually going to be the guy that backs Jacob Fatu on his run back to the top once he breaks away from the bloodline?
I
Like,
like
there's a
it.
lot of legs right here.
Talk.
There's a lot of legs right here.
Haku's gonna
Yeah.
build that balance back, you know, because
Yes.
there's too much power leaning towards Roman because now he's got a Tongan on his side, and the Tongans are like, nah, bro, like it can't be like that. We gotta like
Yeah,
bring a
it's
little
interesting.
balance amongst, maybe Solo comes back on that side. You know, who knows, bro? There's so many different things that can happen now. So the bloodline soap opera continues, but we like this chapter, so yeah.
Marks what Mike
with it.
says it jokingly, but if Solo really pulled that move out
I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
on Jay Uso or Jimmy Uso,
That'd be
I
fire.
feel
Like he tells him to run the back, and he hits the stink face to a beat.
I feel like that's wild flagrant, but for the pop of the WWE crowd, which is crazy for him to be twerking on his brother's face. Like, it's already a wild thought where we have gone on that one. So we're just gonna go ahead and pack that one up. Actually,
Yo, stink face into your flesh and blood is crazy.
yeah, we just gonna have to just pack that
To your
one
big-
up. Yeah, we're gonna pack that one up on that.
My big brother was big, bro.
Yeah, nasty work, jeez. Nasty
Hey,
work.
yo.
Heinous
All
work.
right, anyway.
Heinous work.
Yo.
So
Yes. No, that's how I felt about night 2.
night 2, birthday. What you got? What you got for your highlighting your low?
I'm with all the highlights. There's one that I do want to point out just a little bit because we just passed over it a little bit. The Roman and Seth. I know it was like long, but like for me, I just started like while the match was going on, I started noticing like just the different callbacks, and I know like the talking part we couldn't hear, and it was like a little bit long. That could have been shorter, but overall, like they were telling like the whole 14-year story. There's probably going to be a clip sometime in a few weeks where they're like doing the side to side, you know, the spots from SummerSlam to like an old spot from 10 years ago. Like that's what it was. The story was done. They did the spot, the call to Dean Ambrose. They dapped up. It's it. It's
Oh, they
over.
took some shots at Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, they did it, and they finished it
They
up.
took some
You know,
shots.
Not
like
the Dean.
yeah. Afterwards, at the post show, Roman was like, when everybody left, it was just me and Seth. Like he
That was
just kind of
about
said it
Punk.
like that.
That wasn't about Dean. That was
It
about
was, it
Punk.
was
I
subtle for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
kind
But
of
They
that
I
was
held it
agree. It was
Punk.
down.
That
something for
wasn't Dean.
everybody.
They
It
held
really
it
was for
down. They
Punk.
never left. You
That
know
That
was
what
was
for
for
I'm saying?
Punk.
Punk
They
though.
have too much respect for Dean to give it up to him after the match, but then talk about him on the press conference. That's about Punk.
They tried to
Yeah.
scurry that up when
And
they
you notice
mentioned
how
it.
Punk talked about like, oh, the main event is really the main event and
Wherever I
blah blah
am,
blah.
I'm
Like,
the main event. Well,
yeah,
no,
bro. Nah, that's
nah.
because Roman said what he said, and now Punk. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, but
that's
yeah,
about
bro.
Punk.
The Roman and Seth match, I really liked it because it just really like closed the chapter on like a really important story, a really long story. Now they can both move on to other things. And yeah, bro. The low light was already addressed, the Danhausen thing. Um, yeah,
I
that's pretty
expected
much
more.
it.
Not that I expected more, but that Trick and Baron Corbin match was pretty
Yeah, the
noteworthy.
Trick and Baron Corbin match. I didn't feel
Yeah.
no ways about it. It was just like really whatever.
It was
Um,
inoffensive. It just was a little sloppy.
yeah,
A
but
little sloppy.
the Danhausen thing, I'm I'm permanently
Okay.
offended by him now, right now. After that Joe Hendry and Danhausen concert,
Never
I'm
want to
mad
see.
offended by bro. Mad offended, bro.
Nothing to do with Danhausen matches. Say his and Joe Henry for that matter. Can probably get him out of here. Say his name and he'll disappear at this point.
Joe Hendry ruined it for himself,
Bro,
bro, with
Joe
that whole thing.
Hendry not too long ago was the hottest thing smoking on certain avenues of the internet.
His pivot's
He
on
was
his way. Don't
Randy
worry.
Orton's mystery opponent. He was the mystery opponent. Randy Orton put him
His
over.
pivot is
And
on the way.
now
Don't worry.
I
We ain't
believe
gonna
that
see this
you are
character.
what?
Nobody is
Character.
really feeling
I did not
running
like
into the
it.
ground. What I'll say about the Roman and Seth before I pass to Chad, I was saying I wouldn't because Chad, you were like they could probably gonna run this back right around WrestleMania time. I was saying I would have Roman never be able to beat Seth until the last time they have a match. What is it going to be about the next time they have a match? Or do you just let this rest, let it die? We don't need them to interact with each other at all until it's retirement time. Because what are the
At
stakes
this,
now? The feud has
there
been
is
bigger
none.
than the belt, right? The feud's been bigger than the belt for a long time. Belt involved or not, it's always been bigger than the belt. So now that Roman got that monkey off his back as far as finally being able to beat Seth, not without help. They run it back at Mania still, or you just see them staying away from each other longer than that?
Two things. How many times have we seen The Rock and Stone Cold have matches for a title and not for a title in our lifetime?
I mean, but on pay-per-views, it's only 4 times, maybe 5 times.
Yeah, this is different now.
That's just a tad bit more than we've seen with Seth and Roman. Is all I'm saying.
But
And
that
Rock and
story
Austin went out. Rock and Austin went out non-title on some like this is the end. So we still got mileage to go for Seth and Roman.
the last match. But how interesting would the story be if at the last match? Why? Matter of fact, when Stone Cold and The Rock had the WrestleMania match, part of the story was he has not been able to beat Stone Cold at WrestleMania, and then he finally did.
Mm-hmm.
You had that in your back pocket. Now you already played that hand with Seth and Roman.
Yeah. Now
Times
Seth
will
is
get
only going to
hard.
help Roman. He's going to help Roman at a really opportune time, or Roman will help Seth on
What
some.
card
That's
is
what I
there
think
to
is going to
play?
happen. I think we've got so much time to kill until the next PLE. We're going to get the tag team of Roman and Seth versus LA and Solo. So I think that's kind of where we go. Like we get a little Shield reunion, like them in a tag team. Like
Shield, like come on, bro.
No, it's
come
not a
on,
Shield
man,
reunion.
we gotta eat the
It's not a
food,
Shield
man. Put it in the
reunion.
microwave and eat it. Come on.
Even if they do be a tag team, it's not going to be on some Shield reunion thing, you know? Like it's
Grumpy
just
old
Away
like
from
men.
each other, man.
they're
Grumpy
just
old
helping each other. Because but that's the thing, bro. They've already kind of established like their their connection or their story is now beyond the Shield, you know, because it started off with the Shield. They said it, whatever, but they've already had all this lore as Roman OTC, and then Seth the Visionary freaking Rollins, whatever. So there's other aspects of this story that can apply to it, where it doesn't need to be a Shield thing. It's just like, yo, like, you my man's for life. We 4L at this point. So like, whenever, like, if the bloodline gets like turns on him or something, then I can see Seth coming in. Or if Seth is in real trouble from LA Knight or whatever, then randomly Roman comes in. Like, but that's about it. At this point, when their interaction with each other is going to be limited to that. That is like pretty much what I think it's gonna be with them now.
Okay.
That's what it's.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll wrap it up with my highlight. Kevin Owens is back. I'm happy. Main event scene on SmackDown looks immaculate. It's fully loaded with Finn Balor, Gunther, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. You could even go Trick Williams if you want. You know what I'm saying? It's healthy over on the SmackDown side. The SmackDown 6, SmackDown 7, however you want to call it. I'm looking forward to that. KO's back. Sammy got some more redemption coming. He got a whole lot of things he got to handle. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of beefs he got to tie up. So I think that's going to be fun to see. Low light, overall, Danhausen. Because I'm still a Trick Williams guy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my guy. He still came through, defended the title. He's not as over as he used to be. They definitely have cooled down just a little bit. You could feel it in the energy. Yeah. But par for the course, Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio, I never want to see that match ever again in the history of my life. As long as I live, I never want to watch that match back ever again. Not a clip, not nothing. I skipped through Danhausen things. I hate to be grumpy old man, but the Danhausen thing ain't for me. It's cool. It's for a demographic. I get it. But when Danhausen come on, I'll be off this. I'll be like, all right, man. When I want to watch wrestling, I'm going to watch wrestling, B. I really don't want to watch skit comedy when it comes to Danhausen, man. It's not my humor.
Facts, bro. I was so mad, bro. So mad about that. I'm right with there with you,
bro.
Jeez.
And a lot of it is like if you see Danhausen like once a month, it ain't that bad.
He's going to get slapped out of his
every episode and pay-per-views now. Remember before when we were saying that Danhausen is a guy that doesn't ever have to have wrestling matches, and now he's on a streak.
Yes,
but he's doing too much.
Run it into the ground.
To build up to
There's too much wrestling. There's too much wrestling. There are too many wrestlers. Overexposure.
And this will be the start to Danhausen winning the title in the WWE. Yo. There's no way you heard it first. The RSC
Intercontinental Champion Danhausen.
Nah, I'm not buying it. He's not winning no title, gang.
I ain't excited for it, but I'm buying it. I could see that very much so being a WrestleMania moment if Danhausen holding up the gold.
No, I can see him holding a tag team title before that.
Title with who?
Anybody else?
With Joe Hendry. They put him with Joe Hendry.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see Joe Hendry and Danhausen both getting here, take a little gold.
Or,
you know,
I could see him cursing somebody into being his tag partner. Somebody unwilling, like a Dom Mysterio, for example.
Oh my God, how good is that?
Remember the heat that Dom Mysterio was getting? It's kind of quiet for him now, too.
Yo, different character in AAA. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, 100%. He's the man.
He's about to go against Roman, by the way. I'm letting you guys know this right now.
I think it'll be on Grande. Oh, I hope it'll be Dom, but I see people saying El Grande. I wouldn't be surprised if they just give it to Penta, straight up.
Nah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just bypass all of that because Dom and El Grande have a match that they're just gonna go with Penta, and I think that's what Penta does next, which is kind of dope.
I would love that. I think that'd
be fire.
Yeah,
it'd be too fire. That's why we're not. That's how I know we're not gonna get it. I think it's gonna be Dom. They gotta put Dom over. He's laughing because he knows I'm right. That's how I know we're not getting it.
Yo, all the real fly shit is the stuff that they don't do.
Yeah, bro.
That's how I know. I'm going with that.
But I would like to see. I got nervous. I thought for a quick second when it was Penta and Gable on Raw that they were about to do a turn, and I was like, no, please don't have this man attack Chad Gable right now.
I was about to say that Penta is going to have to go heel at some point, bro.
Nah, not now.
You're gonna get heel Penta soon enough. We've got too many baby faces. We could discuss this on the next pod, but we got way too many baby faces across the board, yo. We need some more heels, man.
No. We have heels. We need heels that get reactions.
We don't got enough heels. We really don't. Baron
None of
Corbin
the
still ain't
heels
enough.
get reactions.
Baron
They're
Corbin
heels.
still ain't enough.
You just might not notice that they're there because nobody's making any noise.
Miro,
Quiet.
all of them, like, we just don't got no heels, yo. Like, we had four men, four of the top dogs, baby faces in the main event. Might even be 6 if you want to count Oba and Brock. We ain't got no heels.
Like Gunther's really the only guy that gets a reaction
And
consistently.
he's not even a heel at this point. He's the heel by default, but like,
No,
you don't
he's a
really
heel.
care to boo. He is the heel by default, but you don't care to boo Gunther because he wrestles too good. He has great matches, so you can't really.
No, but I think like
there's no MJF style heel in WWE to me. That's all.
I don't think we
Logan
need
Paul.
that.
I think people just don't want to see Logan Paul.
Yeah, I don't think
He's
it's
a heel.
like
I don't
he's
know
a
about
heel,
that.
but it's not. It's
You know how
gold.
like you
It's
know
kinda
how
like
you look
throwaway.
forward to seeing somebody get beat. I don't even think you look forward to seeing Logan Paul get beat. There's just nothing to look forward. Like he
You
has
feel
the
like it's just
exciting frog
neutral.
splash here and there, but I just think Logan Paul is annoying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's no real heel you want to sink your teeth into right now in the WWE. And
Yeah,
if Penta
they're all
has to be one of the
mid-card.
guys that goes,
I think Braun being paired up against Obafemi right now puts him in that position if they play it right. Yeah, it does. Right now.
Braun is a heel.
I'm not talking about 2 months down. I'm talking about right now. Ain't nobody booing Oba. So if you put anybody up against Oba right now, he's too hot. So they'll boo Braun.
But they're gonna react to Braun. They're gonna bark. They're gonna do everything.
They have to
that
play it
Braun
right
does.
though. You got part of it is you're gonna be a heel. Don't bark, dumbass. Like don't do things that fans can actually cheer.
Yeah.
Put the whack music on. Like people don't want to be heels anymore. You go out there and you be cheerleading the fans, but you're supposed to be a bad guy. You're stupid.
I said this on Threads, and people tried to it was a little discussion, a little 50-50, but I'll wrap up after this. But I was like, yo, Ethan Page might be one of the best heels in WWE right now.
100%.
Like the classic, regular heel.
You see what he did with his music?
Right now. Yes.
He purposefully took the ego part out. And I'm like, damn, I really enjoyed it. I see what you're doing.
Yes, he gets it. Like,
he's taking the things that people are latching onto and starting to think he's cool away.
Fam, I love that joint because I just said, he go. Like,
me too.
Like that's
me too.
Funny. And that's crazy that Ethan Page gets it. In that ring rope thing with Rey Mysterio, everybody was just sick. Like I seen so much feedback of yo, Ethan Page is terrible. I can't believe you even thought about that. But the ring rope, I was like, that's actually mad clever, yo.
Yeah. It's great.
Ethan
He's fantastic.
I need more heels like Ethan Page right now, yo. Straight up. So that's where we at with it. This is another great banger of episodes. The RSC, the Almighty. The gentleman is getting fatigued. We all got things to do. We got work in the morning, places to be, people to see, loved ones to love on this evening. I am Young Gaddafi himself, Chad Law, CHAD, LAW, CL Runts.
Mayo.
Yes, sir.
Birthday.
You know me. I'm birthday. I'll be on stream tomorrow.
SmackDown. God bless my brother. God bless. It should be a good one, though. I ain't gonna front it. It should be a good one.
I'll be SummerSlam Fallout, so I think it'll be all right.
You're right.
I'll be a little bit optimistic about it, We'll see.
Yeah. We got Kevin Owens. We got Kevin Owens' first SmackDown back, so if nothing else, that's gonna hit.
Could be a debut. Could be somebody popping up. You never know. They could have something.
I saw that Rhea said that she posted a picture. She just had knee surgery, so I fully expect at this point Chelsea Green to be crowned officially the champ.
I'm with it. I'm for the vibes.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna make her defend it to remove the interim title,
which is fair.
Yeah, be like, that's gonna be Nick Aldis's things. Like Chelsea, for you to be the permanent champion, you have to defend it, and then they'll pick Michin or something.
Yo, becoming officially the world champ by beating Michin is damn.
Nah, son. I don't.
Or Tiffany, I don't know.
Yeah, it gotta be a former champ at least.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right here on the RSC, the Almighty, before we pack it up. I think in a sick world, yo, they are about to play the Zack Ryder. You won. You had your moment on the ladder. And the next night, you're out of here, buddy. Title's off you.
Who do they put it on?
Charlotte Flair. And get ready for the Jade Cargill feud to expedite that since Rhea ain't coming back no time soon. Now, that's not what I would like to have happen, but I already assessed it just by going down my wrestling rabbit hole and realized, like, I've seen this scenario before with Matt Cardona.
Yep.
And it's just fitting that they're just married. So it's just like,
They might
what
run
a
it
dig
back.
would that be? What a dig that would be if it's just like, yeah, Chelsea Green, like just how you said, B. That's Chelsea Green's match, defend your title against Charlotte Flair. And then it's Charlotte Flair that beats Chelsea Green. And then we get a new
And there
champion.
we are. Now it's a
I
real
don't want to see
champion.
that. I don't want to see that, but
It ain't out the realm of possibility.
it's not. That was just me bringing it up. Like, it's not out the realm of possibility as we speak about like what's next. Now that she could potentially be the real champion, and if she has to defend the title to actually be the real champion,
Hopefully it's not against Charlotte.
Yes,
We'll find out
'cause
tomorrow.
If it's against Charlotte or Jade, y'all know. Yeah, I mean, y'all gonna think back. Yeah, we had this conversation. I see where this is about to go. But if it's against me or him, oh yeah, we know where that's gonna go. She's like, all right, Chelsea's gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
She's gonna be here for a while. She's gonna be against Charlotte or Jade. We gonna be watching that main event real intently. Like, man, that was a quick reign, man. So that's it, man. It's the RSC. It's the Almighty. A new episode.
Got it, man.
Gone.
Yes, sir.